Today we're going to be performing some surgery on Exhibit A through however many years. These have been sitting for 20 plus years probably in top loaders, no penny sleeves, double loaded, and were just found. So we're going to go ahead and help this collection owner get them out of here and into somewhere safe. See what we got here for real. Get them in some penny sleeves into some modern either card saver ones if they're worth PSA grading, or into at least a quality binder that's acid free, cloth backing, etc. So let's just go ahead and get at it. We'll start with the first one here. Figured why not document the process. So looks like we have a light Jolteon and a Rhydon jungle. So let's go ahead. I don't think pulling it out of a top loader at this point, if there's any dust or debris at the edge or inside, it will scrape, leave a scrape across the card. It will damage the card further. So I believe the only safe way to get this out is to cut it and remove it. So let's go ahead. Now you have to do this carefully as to not cut the card. Sorry about the shine, but I need to focus on the cut. Just carefully, ever so carefully. Cut. This one's going to be a little bit trickier. I'm not going to be able to do the bottom. So we'll cut here carefully now. Oh, see, take your time. Okay, let's get rid of those ever so carefully. Remove them. And now we can see what we're looking at. So we'll start with the Rhydon. Let's go ahead and get the penny sleeve ready, but let's take a look here. Oh, right away we can see the whiting at the top. That's not going to grade well, but it is a cool card. So let's go ahead and put that in penny sleeve. Other than that, it was pretty good. All right, put this off to the side. Onto the light Jolteon. Looks pretty good, non-hollow. It's really cool art. But once again, the corners, the whiting all the way around the card. But, I mean, it's still cool. I'll go ahead and put that in a sleeve over here. On to the second one. Looks like we got a base set Electabuzz and a jungle Rhydon again. So we're going to go ahead and do the same process. This might be a little bit more tricky, but we'll get it out of there. Probably best to start here. Okay, successful. This one I might cut the bottom. It looks like a safer bet, shorter cut. Probably start from this side too. Don't want to bend the card too much. You need to be careful of that. I remind myself. Don't think the third cut's worth it. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so let's start with the jungle ride on here. The front looks pretty good. Center's good, kinda. I don't know, the center's actually a little off, but it's pretty old. There's significant whiting, but once again, still a cool card. On to the Electabuzz. That is centered pretty well. The edges look good. When I shine it under this light, I don't see any scrapes, dents, creases, water damage, anything. And on the back, very, very light in this corner here, whiting. And at the top, a little on that corner. But honestly, sometimes slight whiting can be from pack fresh cards. This is in relatively good condition. Too bad it wasn't a holo, but I'd say so far this one's in the best condition. But, you know, my opinion's not worth that much, I suppose. I'm not a professional grader, although I would think about taking a position doing that. Kind of seems cool. All right, let's move on to another one here. Okay, this is a single one. Artisino? Chuno? I don't even know how to say that, sorry. Sound like a fool, but fossil. It's cool. Let's get it out of there. Okay. Oh, this one is going to be probably a no cut from here. Yeah, it was too close to the bottom and the side. Really no choice. It's still safer than tapping it out. And let's take a look at it. Centering's good. Doesn't have any scratches. Does have a small piece of debris I guarantee can be removed easily. It's nothing serious. It wouldn't even damage the card to remove that. Just got to take our time on that. And as far as the edges and whiting go, not too bad. A little bit to be expected. You know, they sold these top loaders to adults and children alike back then. They still do to this day, under the pretense that it keeps cards safe forever, like a time vault. And I'll tell you what, it's definitely not how you want to store your cards. But let's move on. There's even the magnetic cases. I'll show you an example here. Something like this. They magnetically open. If I can get it open here. They have a ridge here, so it has some depth. And then it goes like this. Oops, sorry. Like this. The problem is it can move around slightly and it can damage the edges even in something like this. I thought it was a good idea to purchase some of these, and after learning about PSA grading standards and what they like, I switched to card saver ones. So, anyway, too much information maybe. Which one are we doing next? Let's do a cool one. We got a Moltres Fossil Hollow. Can't really tell if it's scratched. And a Nidoqueen Jungle. That's the prize. And we'll get a good look at the actual hollow, see if it's scraped. But pulling that out of here would almost certainly scrape it. Like potentially put a, you know, line right through the shiny part of the hollow. So let's do this one extra carefully. I might not talk as much here. Need to pay attention. Ever so carefully. Whew. That got my heart jumping a little bit. These are not my cards. This is a favor to a dear family friend, so just a lot of love. Try to get these cards safe. So let's do this real careful. Ooh. Ooh. Don't let the hollow touch. Okay. Put that to the side for a second. And you're not going to be able to see exactly what I see. And with my eye, very, very light scratch right there. Otherwise, that hollow doesn't seem to have any scratches, and that might be debris. I don't know if that's a scratch, actually. It would be right there in that light between the wing and the head, but the human eye is probably the one that could see it. That is a clean card, centered well. Therein lies the problem. Yeah, the whiting, the top loaders, picking them in there, picking them out, showing them to people. You know, how's a little kid supposed to know? And adults who've given them these things, top loaders. I mean, even the adults didn't know. They still don't, half of them. But it's a really cool card. It's got a couple scrapes here too. Oh yeah, I see it here now. But honestly, that's in pretty good condition for a fossil hollow Moltres. That is a really cool card. And I mean, someone out there is going to love this in their collection. It is pretty beautiful. But I digress. We'll leave this one over here. That's pretty. People look at that. And the Nidoqueen. Clean. No problems, no scratch, no dent. Centered relatively well. Very light whiting here. Corner. Altogether, not terrible condition. I have seen much, much worse. In fact, I'll show you what I mean. So, here we go. Here is from the same private collection. Totally damaged, dark Kadabra. You can see there by the R. Yep. It's water warped. Just unfortunate. Cool card though. And then something like this. Look at that corner. Total damage, water damage, whiting, discoloring, the whole nine. Misty Seal too. Yikes! Look, it was real. Oof. And look at it's pretty cool. All right. This one is trying to save this one from the same private collection. So bent. You can see it there. I put it in this card saver 1, as it should be in a penny sleeve, of course. And it's a cool card, and it's maybe in a couple days it won't be a Pringle chip. There's not much else I can do. Maybe put a little weight on it. I'm not sure. I have to do some internet research, but either way, a card saver 1 is the jam. So we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, let's continue the surgery game, huh? Get through this. We got a non-hollow Flareon Jungle into, I'll have to look up this exact set, 2002, Neo Genesis era maybe, Golem. But let's get at it. I wonder how long they've been in this exact case. Some unfortunate time capsule, but nonetheless holds considerable value, the whole collection, I would say. Some of it's worth grading just for longevity, collectability. Oops, get that later. All right. Okay, so the Golem. Tiny bit of debris on the side, no scrapes. No scratches, no creases, no damage. Whiting pretty much all the way around that one, so still cool. Put that over here. Flareon, Jungle. No scrapes. Clean. Couple tiny pieces of debris. Not much whiting. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Altogether, very nice piece. I'll have to take another good hard look at that one for grading, actually. That was looking pretty good with a little look over. Alright. Exploud. Hollow. Looks really clean from here. Looks solo too. That's good news, huh? Still don't want to tap that out. You still want to cut it out of these. What, are you going to reuse this dirty 20-year-old case? Trying to save it? Don't think so. To the waste bin. Never really done an informational video, but I figured if I'm doing this private collection, it's a good opportunity to... I see people ask all the time, why are top loaders bad? Well, I can show you why. You'll have to excuse my Doberman. He does not like the kitties, and I believe he sees one, so if you hear that, apologies. Look at that, though. I gotta take a look. Wow. That is amazing. I don't see... Oh, tiny bit of debris, top right corner, easily clean offable. Carefully, it won't do any damage, but we'll look into that before I just willy-nilly it. No whiting. Really well centered, that little spot. Could be from manufacturer. This is very, very, very clean card. I would put it in a card saver right now, personally, but that right there, after I turn off the cameras and do some research, I will determine the best action it might be to leave it, but I highly doubt that. It'll be just everything. If you take your time, don't use harsh chemicals, no water, of course, nothing wet, no scratching, but it might be able to be removed. It's just a tiny little fleck of time and space there. All right, we got 3 more surgeries here, and then take a break. Double loaded top loader, classic. Here we go. At least it's easily to the side here. But yeah, it's a hollow, so I'm gonna have to cut the bottom here. Do not like this, but woohoo! It is the move. The correct move. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Pleased with myself. Okay, look at that. I gotta get a good human eye on that. There's no scratches at all on that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is money. Look at that. You can see that light? You see a scratch? I don't. No, the human eye's better, but that is ridiculous. Ladies, gentlemen, they, them. Is almost trembling. I'm gonna put that down. That is very nice. Even these lines down here, no scratches, no debris. Very, very light pringling, but that's, what are we talking, a 20-year-old hollow with no scratches? That is going straight into a card saver one right now on film. It needs nothing except PSA to see what I am seeing right now, because that is ridiculous. Wow. I knew there was some treasure in here, but right there it is. Right there it is, everybody. I hate doing this. These are not the most fun to put a card in, so you see PokeRev. I don't want to touch the hollow there. All sorts of the greats. Put them in these. They do it so fast. But I am not taking chances here. There we go. Center it a little better, that'll be okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave it just like that. There it is. In a penny sleeve, in a card saver one. Look at that, no whiting. That could be a PSA 10. If I worked there and I graded, I'd have to spend a day looking at this one. That is awesome. The owner of this collection is going to be very pleased to hear that. I would, and at least expect they would. I almost forgot about the Flygon, jeez. Got me too excited there. Alright, Flygon. Clean. Super clean, centered very well. No scratches, no debris, no dents, no water damage, nothing. Clean, clean. Same on the back, no whiting. Oh, tiny dent. At least it's not a hollow, but that is in super good condition, minus a dent. I know you can't see on film, but film can be tricky. Be careful when you buy online, people, even if they show it to you on high quality footage. The human eye, if you're looking at the regrading stuff that's 20 years old, just maybe if it's a large purchase, drive and look at it yourself. I highly recommend it if you're going to spend any kind of real significant cash on vintage Pokemon stuff. There's a lot of questionable sellers out there, and I think we should be a community that isn't trying to do that to each other. But all right, let's go again. A non-hollow Fossil Moltres. Not doubled up, that's good. Let's get it out of there. Ooh. And yeah. This one I think we can just, it's not hollow. There we go. Let's take a peek at it. Super clean. No dents, no scratches, no damage. Corners are good. Center pretty well. Tiny bit of whiting, corner, little top, but that honestly could be mostly manufacturer, maybe not the bottom corner, but very clean card, great condition. Awesome little piece of Pokemon history there. Put that over here. That is good. Put this back on camera, huh? Thing's cool. Still thinking about that one. All right, last and final one that's in a top loader. Double loaded. Vaporeon. Kangaskhan. Hollow. Super cool card. Let's see what we get. Nice and easy. Slow and steady wins the race here. Tortoise in the hair. Oh boy. There we go. Now, I don't know. I'm going to cut it partially at least. It needs to be, that's a hollow, and I don't want to scratch it any further if it is. And if it's not, definitely don't scratch it, right? 20 years. Probably looks nerve-wracking on camera, but I got this. See, now the hollow. Okay. The hairy part is done. Don't need these anymore. Okay, let's get a good look at this. Barely anything. It's super clean. I'm sure a grader will find a couple. That is way cleaner than it looked in that package. Very not too bad. Wow. See that sparkle? Yeah. See the back? Not centered super great. I give that like a, probably a 50-40. 40 on this side, 50 there. Maybe like a 50, 55, 45 top bottom. Not much whiting at all, but that's super cool. I'll have to probably, I don't think there's any reason not to put this in the card saver. That one doesn't have any debris or anything, so put it in its final home. take a little break here. Oh, I feel debris now. See? I'm glad I didn't stop filming. You can feel it right there on the face. If I get stuck to that. Where is it? Where did it go? I don't want to scrape it across there. Oh, there it is. So that's trash. Let's do this again. So yeah, you definitely got to use more than just 1 sense. Don't just look at it. There you go, look. There we go. Yep. Okay, now we can put this in a card saver one. Jeez. Gotta take your time in doing this stuff. It's sat for 20 years, there's no reason to rush. If you find a collection like this, I highly recommend do this. Something like this. If you can't find card saver ones, find a semi-rigid, semi-flexible, something like it, look them up. And penny sleeves. All right, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.